We have a Mercury retrograde from April 20, there's you watching already. We have a Mercury retrograde from April 21st until May 14th. And even though this is not the most horrible, most troublesome Mercury retrograde, it is still a Mercury retrograde, and this is often what people are most concerned about with astrology, with it being such a relevant pop culture meme nowadays, which is just kind of funny because it's minor inconveniences, but nothing huge necessarily. So we're gonna run through what this Mercury retrograde will entail, what it means for your sign specifically, and what to expect for the world. And yes, the red Amorphati sign is up. I just have not set up my filming right now so that I can literally film with that in the background, but I'm sure by tomorrow I'll figure out how to, I have a tripod, I'm too lazy, whatever. So this Mercury retrograde, like I said, is from April 21st until May 14th, and it will be in the sign of Taurus. Now, a Mercury retrograde in Taurus is much more thorough, slow, and steady than Mercury in a more fast-paced sign. So it's less severe in a very distinct, very problematic sense, and more about really dedicating to going back, to slowing down, and to rethinking things that you've already done or created. That's what Mercury retrograde is. So if you're new to astrology and don't know literally what's happening during Mercury retrograde, Mercury is the planet of communication, of intellect, and of getting from, oh my God, Jesus Christ, so many weirdos on the street nowadays. It's just ridiculous. This person looks so both zesty and homeless, and I'm just please don't bother me. Reminder to get curtains for myself ASAP. A red neon sign just went out too. If the clicker thing isn't perfectly positioned, it gives out, so I'll have to fuck with that as well. But Mercury retrogrades are times of rethinking mercurial topics, communication, travel, projects, being productive. Retrograde means backwards. So when Mercury goes retrograde, it appears backwards in the sky. It cannot literally be going backwards. Planets cannot orbit backwards, but from our point of view on Earth and how the orbits line up, it appears to be moving backwards, and that's the symbolism for why it coincides with events that feel like Mercury is going backwards in our day-to-day life. So Mercury retrogrades are better for going back and rethinking, revising, reworking things rather than being forward moving. This doesn't mean that if you start something, it's going to be doomed by any means. It just means expect inconveniences and delays with the things that you are working on or starting during this time. And this Mercury retrograde looks fairly sudden, we might suddenly be hit with, oh my God, that's the thing I need to go back and rework, because this Mercury retrograde will be stationing retrograde conjunct Uranus, the planet of volatility and disruptions. This doesn't really change that it's in Taurus, which is not as fast-paced as other Mercury retrogrades, but it does show that it's starting off with a bang, and look at the Taurus house, or we'll go through it. The Taurus house in your chart will be hit with a bang on having to redo or rework something. I already fucking know what this is going to be for me, and the Uranus aspect, I don't need any more volatility in this area of my life, so we'll get into it. But basically for Taurus placements in particular, you're going to feel a whoa, remix, I need to slow down, I need to rework, I need to go back and change things. If you're a Gemini or a Virgo like myself, you will also feel this because we are ruled by Mercury, so if you have prominent placements in Gemini or Mercury, you always feel Mercury retrogrades hardest. This doesn't mean that other signs don't have other things they go through. For example, Scorpio and Aries are ruled by Mars, so Mars retrogrades are really sucky for them, etc. So your ruling planet of your major placements, that often retrograde is very noticeable for you to really experience that and suffer with it. So this Mercury retrograde being conjunct Uranus, let's just recap, shows suddenly you're going to be hit with a whoa, I need to go back and change this area of my life, I need to rethink, rework, rewire it. But being in Taurus, it doesn't show that it's going to be overly complicated or messy. It just shows that it's going to be moving back and changing and having to rework things slowly and steadily. With this Mercury retrograde, it will be sextiling Saturn, which is nice for longevity and for dedication, and it will be sextiling Mars in Cancer, which is nice for being deliberate and working hard throughout these changes that we're having to make. So now I'm going to run through the rising signs. Actually, some general do's and don'ts, because I didn't do that, and I have a full video on it, I'll link it below, but it's from 2 or 3 years ago, which is crazy to think about, in my old bedroom with the old version of this sign, which was from, I had this Amorphati sign, the sign that was red and was showing. I had it 3 years ago, and then it broke as soon as I was getting ready to leave my first New York apartment, which was such a sign, it just stopped working. And then I ordered a new one as I was moving out of it, and then I never really landed on a firm place in New York, tried out a place, had to break the lease because it was just really shitty, and then I came here and after 2 years could finally open the package, and I have it now here, but like I said, it's really finicky about turning on and off. Anyway, do's for Mercury retrograde. Going back and reworking things you've already finished, revising, editing, restarting, going back, fine-tuning, editing, clarifying. looking over your work, slowing down. It doesn't mean you literally turn life upside down. It just means, like, for example, I have some incredibly important creative things happening during that time. My team is already very aware of this Mercury retrograde, and we've allotted, like, for certain video things that we're going to be shooting all day, 12-hour shoot for something that might just take 4 hours. We're allotting like 12 hours for it. Or like going above and beyond to ensure that everyone is on the same page creatively about something, making sure there's contracts in place. So just be aware of that. Don'ts. I would say there's nothing that's like a hard don't where you're gonna die, but like I wouldn't sign a marriage certificate, I wouldn't sign a property deed, I would not take the life-changing trip if possible of your life. I would just say that those might come with some hiccups that don't necessarily mean a breakup or a divorce or, you know, a lawsuit, but could just be that things are more complicated and messy with the paperwork than was intentioned, and that is not something that you were pleased with during that time. So if possible, just wait till like the 16th onward. Jupiter will be in Taurus firmly, which is a nice like transit to land on during that time. Like it's a nice, just wait till like after Mercury retrograde ends, preferably end of May onward. So now depending on your rising sign, this will be happening in a certain area of life. Hi Baphomet, hello baby, hello. So if you're an Aries rising, this will be in your second house of income and money. Looks like you could be rethinking income, rethinking money, or the way that you are like spending. Rebudgeting could be a big topic. If you are a Taurus rising, this is going to be in your first house of self, which will be showing that your identity, your personality, and your appearance could be something that you mildly reconsider. If you're a Gemini rising, it's going to be in your 12th house of mental health, isolation, and spirituality. Looks like you're rethinking how you spend time alone with yourself and what that looks for you on an internal basis with bad habits or addictions especially. If you're Cancer rising, 11th house of networking, networking, socializing, and organizations you're part of. You could be rethinking your government like party or your just general group affiliations if you've been joining groups with people that you now feel like you're rethinking your status with them. If you are a Leo rising, this will be in your 10th house of career and professional life. So you could be rethinking your job, your position, how you're working. If you're a Virgo rising, it's going to be your 9th house of higher education, long distance travel, and religion. Could be rethinking your religious or philosophical beliefs, rethinking your status with a trip, or rethinking international matters. You might be having to redo immigration papers or something like that. Or you could be having to work really slowly, steadily on something that is your like education because there's hiccups and you're having to redo work. If you are a Libra rising, this will be in your 8th house of shared finances, investing, and assets. So you might be rethinking an investment portfolio, the way that you're allocating more like your assets. It's not direct daily income, it's more like intense finances and assets. If you are a Scorpio rising, this will be in your 7th house of committed relationships and partnerships. You may be rethinking that in your life with this person or this legal kind of cooperation you're dealing with. If you are a Sagittarius rising, 6th house of coworkers and employees, could be rethinking who you work with or who you hire. Physical health and your maintenance day-to-day, could be rethinking a treatment plan or your diet and exercise, or pets, could be rethinking your pets, having to do something over. If you are a Capricorn rising like myself, this will be in our 5th house of dating, creativity, and kids. So you may be having some revision of a creative project. There's so much coming out during this time that I know exactly there's like 3 people involved in a creative thing, and it's me, a Virgo, a Taurus, and a Gemini, and there's just been like, this is the last thing we fucking need creatively right now around this, but we'll survive. Creative things, you could be having some hiccups. Dating wise, you could be having some communication things that you're like, redoing, going through, or kids, there could be some like having to deal with kids or whatever. If you are a Aquarius rising, this will be in your 4th house of home or family. Could be having to renovate, redo home shit, could be having some communication stuff with your family. If you are a Pisces rising, this will be in your 3rd house of communication, day-to-day like scheduling or content. So you could be revising a writing project, revising a book, redoing content, or like rescheduling kind of the way that your day-to-day everything is made up. I could show you a fit check. I don't have my shoes on yet because I'm in my bedroom and I don't have my shoes in my bedroom. I'm gonna do a house tour once I have literally 2 more chairs and 1 shelf coming, and then I'll set up the tour, and I'm gonna install LED lights, but within the next 2 weeks I think I'll do an apartment tour. There's such good closets all over this place, but the smallest ones are in the bedroom, so I keep my dresses and my matching lounge sets in that one. My shoes are in the big closet by the door because I don't want my shoes all over the house. But I'll show you my outfit because it's just really simple. I'm just gonna wear it with my black shoes, basically my black Gucci loafers that I've shown a million times. These pants are from Trip NYC, which I love. I love super big, oversized, like cargo pants because like I love skinny jeans and the way that they look, but like comfort-wise, like no, unless it's like I need them for an outfit, like I'm gonna wear something like this, plus my cat plays with these while like I'm walking around, it's kind of cool. And then this top is from Dolls Kill, the brand Widow. And then this necklace, I don't know where I got it, but I've had it for literally like 5 years and I always get compliments on it, and I haven't worn it in about 2.5 years since I moved out of my New York apartment because it's been in storage. This is one of the pieces I did not travel with. So, and also before anyone asks me, this lip color is like a red Dior color. I wear it when it's a little bit more of a natural look because I'm not wearing much makeup at all right now. I really only have like foundation, a light layer of blush and contour and concealer, and then just eyeliner. So yeah, I hope that this helps. Good luck on the Mercury retrograde, and I'll see ya.